Well, we are so lucky that we found this awesome piece of property. Now, with all the craziness happening and all the state campgrounds closing, left us out in the cold. Now, we went to Thousand Trails for a little bit, but we even heard that some of the Thousand Trails parks are starting to close. So we didn't want to leave ourselves relying on private parks.
Yes.
So being on a piece of property is awesome. Now, we had to do a few modifications to turn this, has an old mobile home on it. We had to make sure we had power hookup, water hookup, and sewer hookup, but it is awesome. You can see we're right here on the river.
Yep. Hey, all our friends, here we are again. Thanks for coming by to visit and checking out what we're up to now. And if you're new friends, I'm Alice.
And I'm Larry.
And we're Downsizing Makes Sense like the penny. And we are mid-50s, empty nesters that sold everything to live full-time in our fifth wheel with our 2 pups. And it was about mid-February, just weeks before the stuff happened. So come see what's happening now. Our 2 weeks are up at Clearbrook Golf and RV Resort. Time to move on to our hunkering down spot. And it is in Larry's work zone.
Because I miss you so much. I miss the way we touch, and I need to make it stop. But I still think about it all the time. It won't stop until it's over. But I still think about it all the time. It's never over till it's over. There is no us no more. Grasping at straws, trying to save myself. Don't wanna be here alone. No, no. A place we used to go all the time. I need to do this alone, so just stop calling me up. Just realize that.
As we come into the neighborhood where we are going to park, I had to pull into these wires to be able to back into our spot, and I knew that they were close. I constructed this 14-foot pole out of PVC to make sure that we could pass under the wires safely.
I have dreams about us. I just want it to stop. Because I miss you so much. I miss the way we touch, and I need to make it stop. But I still think about it all the time. It won't stop until it's over. But I still think about it all the time. It's never over till it's over.
We made it to our hunkering down spot just in time. Florida now has a 30-day stay-at-home mandate. Hey, guess where we are? Bam! This is our backyard for a month,
Maybe 2 months.
2 months, I don't know. And I swear we're not like saying, hey, guess what we got? You know, we are hoping, we are hoping that you guys find the same lucky spot for all those full-timers. And we know we were stressed before, and sorry about that, but we are back to our old selves. We're very happy. And we want to show you the neighbor on this side.
So come from behind me.
Okay, over here. That's the closest neighbor, but no one's there. It's for sale.
Yeah.
And then our other neighbor is across the canal. So there's some serious social distancing for you. And I did meet him, super cool dude. He is the one that told us that there's a gator that likes to sunbathe here. So let's hope he goes with the social distancing. If you guys saw it on social media, you saw the picture of the ladder, which is pretty funny. But if you didn't see it, we're gonna do a little video of that to show you what we're talking about. If you guys saw the pictures on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, here's the infamous ladder to help the gator go up onto the property. So, Larry, show him the ladder.
Check this out right there.
And
hilarious.
if you show across the way, most people have these borders so gators can't come up. So check out, we have our own little beach, but so does the gator.
That is like a perfect gator landing.
Oh yeah, you can see he probably all the time right up here. So obviously we're keeping an eye on the pups. So now we're in the front of the property. Y'all, I did an April Fool's joke and some of you fell for it. Come on, it was hashtag April Fools. I put a picture of that mobile home and said, guess what? That's our hunker down spot. But no, no.
We'd much rather be
In our Grand Design Solitude. We love you, Grand Design. That is our home for the next, well, it's our home full time, but on this spot for
a couple of months.
Couple months probably. And like I showed you before, on this side of the property is that house that's for sale, no one's in it. And on this side of the property is across the canal, the really cool neighbor that told me about the gator.
Nice goal.
And then across the street is another neighbor, but you see how far away it is. And we met him. He was super nice.
Very cool guy.
Very cool guy. We've taken some walks with the pups.
This is a really cool little neighborhood.
Everyone's been super nice. It's a quiet little neighborhood. And frankly, this is exactly what we were looking for, was a nice quiet little place with some social distancing.
This is the hunker down spot.
Hunker down.
Yeah.
Hunker down.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about, what we had to get connected, was the sewer. Now, this property, for this mobile home over here, had a clean out going from the mobile home over to this clean out section right here. Now, it was actually a pretty easy connection. It had a 3-inch cap on it. I just had to hook up my regular connection that you use in an RV park for a 3-inch, screw it right in, and we were good to go. The only thing I had to do is I only had a 20-foot hose, so I had to get an additional 20-foot hose. I got lucky, they had one at the local Ace Hardware, hooked up an extra 20-foot hose, and we were good to go on the sewer. Let me go over with the water. We have a water hose here. The only thing I really had to do with the water hose is get an extra 50-foot hose because it's about 75 feet from the spigot over here. So we had to put in an extra hose. So just the regular spigot over there, it's city water right here. I had to make sure the water was turned on at the meter and we were good to go on the water. Okay, now to the most difficult part of this whole setup was hooking up a 50 amp RV connection. So luckily we had a meter here with the power panel right here on the outside. It was easy to access. Basically, just gonna pop this up here and get under here into the panel. There was a 50 amp breaker already in here, a dual pole 50 amp breaker, but I bought a new 50 amp breaker and installed it dual pole. So we have 120 volt coming from one rail, 120 volt coming from a second rail. Those are the two hots. And then I have a neutral and a ground hooking up to my RV box. Now I bought this RV box specifically made for hooking up in a situation like this. And again, it was all ready to go, easy to hook up. My two hots, my neutral and my ground. And I connected it with some conduit right here to keep it sealed and within code, so I don't have any problems if somebody comes out here to inspect this RV power connection. The other thing we had to do is, because we knew that we wanted to put the RV on the side of the property where there was a lot more shade, our normal 50 amp connection is only a 25-foot cord. So we had to get this 50-foot 50 amp cord. Now this was costly. This cord alone cost about $200, but we really wanted the RV to be more on this side of the property in the shade from these trees over here. So to us, it was worth it to spend the extra money. So we have our regular 25-foot 50 amp cable coming out of here, and then it connects to our 50-foot extension cord. Now the one last thing we had to do, because this land had not been used for a while, we had to spray for insects. So I just hooked this up to the hose and I sprayed all around the RV to make sure we didn't have any problem with ants or bugs, ticks, fleas, all that kind of stuff. And we just sprayed under the RV and all around it, because the last thing we wanted to do is have an ant intrusion after we got to the property.
What we hope is that all full-timers that are displaced find a spot where they can hunker down. William from Camper Life, our friend, just did a video. He might be kicked out of his 1,000 trails. So in our last video, we put in a link to a Facebook group where people are reaching out, helping out, and we are hoping the same for everyone else. So in the comments, please let us know if you know anyone that has property or if you have property. Also in the comments, if you've got a great story like ours where you've been able to hunker down, share that. We all need all this positive energy. It's a great community and we really want to hear from you. Remember, downsizing does make sense. So check out our playlist over here and subscribe down here. I hope I pointed right.